Hello, scrappers. Getting a bit of wind right now, so I hope I'm not getting too much wind noise. Got her loaded, ready to go. Take it in and see what we get. Called Metal Check. They said they're paying $115 a ton. I thought, ouch. And they called Al's Recycling, and they're paying $135. I thought, wow, that's kind of odd that Al's is paying more than Metal Check, but I'll take it. Probably a lot easier to get around in their yard too. It'll be the first load of shred I've taken to their yard. I've taken some non-ferrous metals, copper, aluminum, stuff like that into them. Yeah, the last couple of days I was pulling motors off of these, off of 3 of them. That one Cub Cadet has got that shaft drive, and I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to have to go through or get into to pull the disconnect the shaft drive from the motor. So I thought, I'm just going to leave it, get it loaded, get it in, make some Christmas money to give to the grandkids and the kids. Of course, I don't think I'll get quite enough off this load to cover it all. So I got a couple of refrigerators there ready to go on the next load. And then I've got, probably take that old Pepsi machine. Then I've got that commercial refrigerator over there. I got to check out that radiator on it and find out what it's made out of, and may have to pull it. I brought this little unit in yesterday, what they call a dresser unit. Picked it up at Sonic. So stainless steel, but I think magnet sticks to it, so yeah, it's shred. So I've got 3 mowers staged right down here that I've brought up from down below. I'm trying to clear out the fence line down there so that if I go after another load of barrels, say in January, I'll have a place to put them. So the plan is to get the 2 refrigerators up front, and then the Pepsi machine, and then that commercial unit, and then I'll put the ramps on the back, and then I'll probably try to start driving some mowers up there after I pull the motors off. See if I can't stack them, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 high. We'll see. Kind of fill out the load with that, and I got some small stuff to throw in there. Try to clear out some of these mowers. Maybe I can turn around and get a second load out, sometime before Christmas. Yeah, finish up the kids' Christmas, and then have some cash for the wife. She wants to make a trip to Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Yeah. Take the credit card. Anyway, I had to unhook the Colorado and I dropped the trailer on it this morning, so that way that wouldn't be in the way as I pulled out, and get the ball changed over on this and get hooked up. So we're hooked up. Blinkers are working and everything, so it's hard to see the monitor of this camera. Anyway, there's a blinker down there somewhere. There it is. Like I say, I can see it with my eyeballs, but I'm looking at that monitor, I couldn't see it. So, when I was loading up all that short iron here a few weeks ago, I broke both of my uprights on both sides, but I just recently bought a few pressure treated 2x4s to make that outboard motor stand, so I had enough left to make the 2 uprights for this thing and get that fixed. So it wasn't no big deal, pretty easy fix. So I'm going to get this load in. I got the motors all strapped down. Yeah, plus I didn't quite go to the top on most of this load. Stayed about 6 inches below the boards. And I got a stove up there kind of help holding that one end. So it should ride. So it's almost 11:30 in the morning already. So I got about 35 miles to go, something like that. So 45-minute drive, something like that. So might run in, grab a bite to eat real quick, and then get this load on the road. See how much we can make on it. I got a lot of push mowers around here. I'll probably try to pull the motors off this next week too, and maybe throw the bodies and the handles on that next load, and then try to get these motors all cleaned up. I got a pile of motors over there in the brush that I need to clean up. I need to get that melting pot going here. I know you guys are probably looking forward to some melting videos. So, and I got a lot of stuff I got to cut up with the plasma cutter. I got a pickup bed down there. I thought about just putting the bed on here and then putting stuff in it, but with my luck, as it went to slide off, it would turn sideways and hang up. So I thought, yeah, I better just cut it up into small pieces and throw it on there. Use a plasma cutter. A bunch of mowers right there in that brush, but they all look pretty good. The guy said he worked on some of them and couldn't get nothing out of them, but there's a DR trimmer in there I definitely want to try to work on. See if I can get it fired up. May have to buy a carburetor, but hey. Anyway. Still got a couple barrels, or one barrel out here draining. It drained all night. It should be ready, good to go. And then I'll show you guys what I'm doing with the A and B component. I think these have the A, these red ones. I'm not seeing it on here right now, but some of them have a number and it'll have an A on it. And then I think the B component's in these white ones. So. And then got an open top there. That top's pretty rusty, but other than that it should be pretty good. I could probably clean that up a little bit and throw a coat of paint on it, but I'm not too worried about it. I got a few open tops. I'm not sure if I can't get 20 piece out of them. I'll just take the tops off of the lid and the ring, hang on to the lids, and I'll just make burn barrels out of them for 15. Yeah, one way or the other, right? 15, 2 for 25. Okay, I'm gonna get off here and we'll get this load on the road and I'll be back with the pay ticket. Get a little scrapyard action going on here. He's trying to make a little room over there. They could make room probably a little faster if they would get that compactor running. But they got a lot of refrigerators over on the other side. So waiting on the big truck. When I pulled in, they were filling up the open top truck, hauling a load of shred cubes where they cubed it up. Got a load of them on the scale right there. Yeah, it looks like he's pulling off the scale now, so I'll get to move up. So, catch you in a minute. Okay, scrappers, I made it back. Yep. And boy, have I got a story to tell. I know you guys like stories, right? Anyway, got up there, pulled up. They always kind of look in the trailer, kind of inspect the load. Then they tell me they don't take refrigerators. Okay, I got 3 refrigerators and 2 chest freezers on that load. And, well, I said, well, is there somebody in the back that can, you know, with the equipment that can throw them back on? He said, yeah, I think so. So I got back there and got it dumped, which I already radioed back and had the guy over there. And, so after I dumped it, he was trying to pick the big freezer up with the magnet and he couldn't get a good hold on it, so he went and got the claw and he put the 3 refrigerators back on, and I think he had 1 refrigerator with the magnet. I went and stood it up because I had a big heater out of a RV or something in it, or the stove, so I kicked it off while he was going to get the claw. And so I was driving up there, I thought the load was kind of heavy. Well, even after putting the 3 refrigerators back on and the small freezer, I had 4,880 pounds for a total of $329.40. So I didn't think I was going to get anywhere near $300. So then I thought, well, I don't really want to drive all the way. Well, I got on the scale coming to weigh out, and then I pulled up to get the scale ticket, and they said that I had a wash machine back there with a bunch of cement in it. And I said, only if it has a cement counterweight, because I did have a front loader on there, and I know sometimes they put cement counterweights in it. So I backed up, got turned around, went back there, and the guy in the equipment, he said, I told them a white Chevy truck with a trailer, and you're driving a Ford. So I turned back around, and I didn't even bother going back on the scale. I just went back up there. So you got the scale ticket. So yeah, lots of fun. And then I thought, I don't want to bring those refrigerators and freezers all the way back to Blanchard. So I went by Metal Check. Got $41.80 out of that. If they only paid, they told me on the phone this morning $115 a ton, and it looked like they're paying $110 a ton. And that's kind of odd for Metal Check. Usually they pay higher than anybody else. But I did call Ouachita Pipe and Steel before I left. That's the one that's the yard that's like 15 miles from me, and they're only paying $80 a ton. I need to get on iScrap app and put these prices in. So total for the 2 yards was $371.20. So that'll cover my Christmas money, plus leaves me some pocket money. And looked like I had a total between the 2 yards, 5,640 pounds. Now I did a little figuring. I thought at 80 a ton, that's 4 cents a pound. So if I would have taken that load to Ouachita Pipe and Steel, I would have got $225.60. So by taking it and doing it like I did, I made $145.60 instead of $225. Well, I profited. Well, actually, I made an extra $145.60. Is what I'm trying to say. So it was much more worth it to take it an extra 20 miles up to the city. That 20 miles, I made an extra $145.60. So, and what did I use in fuel, you know, for an extra 20 miles up, 20 miles back, 40 miles, you know, about 4 gallons, because I'm getting 11 and a half per gallon on that truck, roughly. So, $12 in fuel, and extra fuel, and made $145 extra. Yeah, it's well worth the time, well worth the fuel for me to take it up to the city. So hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's my next project for the day. I'm going to change out that negative cable. I tried putting some little copper shims in there, but I can still kind of move it, so it's not negative's not real tight. So I'm going to see if I can't spread this apart right here. If I have to, I got a little bit of slack, so if I have to, I'll go ahead and cut it and strip it back. But I'm going to see if I can't peel that apart, get a screwdriver in there and spread it, pull it out that way, and put a new cable end on. And then last few mornings I've been having to jump it with my jump starter. I got the trickle charger on there now. This is just like a 1.5 amp little motorcycle, 1.5 amps. Good little float charger. So I've had it on there for several hours. So and I'll probably do a video here showing cutting out the top of one of the barrels. Some of the guys are asking about that, and then they're asking about, you know, the waste that comes out of them. I painted that bucket white, so, and then the little scoop showing that came out of the white barrels, and then the handle on that one's red. So it's basically the A and the B component. And what I've got this wheelbarrow full of trash bags that I got out of a foot locker that I brought in, and I sold the foot locker to get one of our yard sales. So instead of throwing them away, I've been using them. And I'll show this in a video, probably the next video. But I'm taking like a scoop from each bucket. I'm putting the bag right here, hold it up and open basically with 2 magnets. And I'll put a scoop from each bucket in there, and then kind of mix it around and let it expand. I could probably go 1.5 scoops per bucket. Because trying to dispose of it like it is right now, it would be considered hazardous waste. And I'd probably have to take it to a hazardous waste station, and they may charge. But I figure if I can make the foam mix the two together and make it the foam, because what it is spray foam insulation, then I don't think that spray foam is not necessarily a hazardous waste, I wouldn't think, because that's what they put in refrigerators and under the seats of boats and everything else. So, and another thing I've been thinking about doing is maybe kind of put up a fall, put some visqueen plastic across some sections, and then put a piece of plywood across, and then mix up the foam and pour it in there and basically insulate my walls. So even if I insulated it halfway, that's going to help some. If I had a way to strain it and spray it, I could do my ceiling, but we're not there yet though. I guess I could mix it up in small quantities, and then just take and throw it up onto the ceiling, and it'll stick up there and then expand, but that would make quite a mess. Yep. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. I want to remind everybody about my Amazon affiliate page, which I got lots of tools. Somebody's asking about my air chisel. Yeah, what kind of air chisel I got? Well, I've got 2 Ingersoll Rands on there. One towards the top's the one I'm using right now, and then had another one that I was using before. It was kind of a longer body on it, but they're not too expensive, and they're working out well for me. When I first started using the air chisel, I got like a $15 one at one of these cheap tool places, and that got me by for quite a while, and it lasted quite a while, but it worked pretty good. But I thought I'd get something a little better, and I had a Craftsman that lasted quite a while. So this is actually, I'm on my 4th air chisel in 30 years. So yeah, that's not too bad. So, okay, I'm gonna get off here now. I know I've said it 2 or 3 times, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.